So hi guys, so here I'm just gonna take you on a really quick walkthrough through Rhino 6. So here you have your 4 viewports. That's why you call them here. Your top viewport, perspective, front and right. And then over here up to your screen, you have various tabs where there's multiple tools that you can use. So just be aware that we're gonna be in standard for right now. And then to your left side here you have a very general toolbar right here, and then you have some tools that we're gonna explore on. So we're gonna start on your top viewport right here, and as you can see, these two lines, the intersection right here is called the 0, 0. So that's kind of like the center of the whole workspace. Right here at the bottom, you have some options, and then as you can see right now, I have selected end, near, point, mid, intersection, and quadrant. And then over here at the bottom, we have another set of options, which is grid snap, ortho, planar, snap, smart track, Gumball, and record history. So you always want to have Gumball on, that moving your objects. So if I'm drawing something like this is the Gumball right here. It helps you move things through the X and Y axis, and then you can also rotate it with this little blue part of the circle. So right here I'm gonna walk you through the most basic tools. So how to navigate through Rhino, you scroll in and out if you're on the top viewport, and that's also true for front and your right viewport. You can also scroll in, and then if you want to pan out top, front, and right viewports, you're gonna just right click and then just leave it on, and then just move your mouse. And then on your perspective, if you want to pan out, if I try to pan out with my right click, it rotates the camera. The rotation of the camera, you just right click on your perspective viewport. But if you want to pan out, then you hold down shift and then you right click and then you drag. If you just drew a rectangle and then you want to draw another rectangle, you don't necessarily have to go through the button right here of the option. You can just click spacebar or enter, and then it just automatically takes you to the last command that you used. Just know that either you can choose the button that makes the command that you want, or you can type the name into the command line when using a tool. So if I want to make a rectangle, I don't necessarily have to go right here to select the rectangle tool. I mean, that totally does the job. But if I want, I could also just type in rectangle, and as you can see, the program already kind of sees what you're trying to tell it. So sometimes you can just let it, do its job and then complete the command that you want. And then type enter. There we go. And if you want to select multiple things, multiple objects, multiple points, multiple surfaces, multiple anything, more than one single object, you can just press down shift and select both of them. And so now it's selecting the whole line, this 2 points and the line. If you want to group objects, you can just select them and type group, enter, and it automatically just groups it. Or you can just use these options, which is group objects or ungrouped objects. You can just do ungroup, and then it just it separates them. This is your command line. Yes, this is where you enter all of your commands and you write in what you want to do in the program. First things, you gotta check your units. So we can type in the command line units and then press enter. And then this little tab comes out. As you can see, we're under units right here. So under the model units, Sometimes we're gonna work in inches, feet, but right here you have a lot of options. I'm just gonna put inches, feet, I'm gonna put it feet. And then under distance display, instead of decimal, because it's kind of weird working with feet and decimal places, we're just gonna select feet and inches. And this is how the display precision. I'm gonna take you to the layers option, to the layers tab. Right here is this kind of piece of cake. It's just as important to work in layers in Rhino and in Illustrator, because you want everything to be organized when you're working, so it flows a little bit better. So we can rename a layer by just double clicking on the name. And then right here, if you notice, you have some squares, and then if you double click on them, a little tab comes up, and this is where you can choose the color of the layer. Right here, also in the bottom, you can also see your layers. So if you click on it, here you have your layers, and then you can change objects from layer to layer by just selecting everything that's in that layer. So right now we have that in lines, but if you wanted to move all of that selected to planes, then we just double click on that layer, and then as you can see, it changed colors because it's now under the planes layer. So right here are some of the tools that we can use. Then we're gonna use the Polyline. So a polyline consists of many segments of a line. We can just start with a simple polyline. So we're gonna do, when doing lines, if you want a straight line, you can just hold down Shift, and that's how you come up with a straight line. The line stays, and then you can do the next segment right there. So each segment is just a line and separate. Yes, but another command to avoid this is just to select everything, and then just make sure that everything is in the same plane and is connecting to one another, and then just type join, and there we go, 9 curves join into one closed curve. Here also you have the option to join or explode objects. So join, just like the command that we just did, we can just use this button to do so. And this one is to explode. So if I want multiple segments, I can just select this polygon and just left click on the explode. As you can see, left click, and there you have 9 segments. And then we can also make circles. So always try to look at your command line to know what the program is asking you. So if the program is asking you center of circle, just pick a place where you want the center of each circle, and then from there, as you can see, the diameter kind of comes out. And then now polygons. So when making polygons, we have various options. So right here we have a polygon center or radius, but if we do the drop down menu, we can do circumscribe polygon and polygon by age, a square or a star. Let's do a polygon center, just selecting the center of the polygon. Just notice that it says center of inscribed polygon. And then right here we're going to select anywhere, and then as you can see, there you have your polygon of 5 sides, but we can change the number of sides by just clicking on this part of the command line, and then we can put 9. So then the program draws a polygon with 9 sides, and if you hold down Shift, it kind of sets in a straight matter, or it centers all of the sides to your axis. So there you have a polygon of 9 sides. So now let's just try a circumscribed one. Let's just leave it at the same 9 sides and then center of circumscribed polygon. So there we go. Midpoint of polygon edge. So right now it's asking us for the midpoint of one of the sides. So right here, that's exactly what it's doing. And then as you can see, if I just select one polygon, it also selects all of the points where the lines intersect. So that also could be helpful if you want to manipulate them. So if you just click on select the polygon, then select one point, the gumball appears. So you can also alter it as you want.
And with that, we end up this video. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.